for the rest of the year.
And give it to us.
Give it to us.
Sure, well today the Enough Food for Everyone If campaign has set up the Isle of Shady, which is the new tax haven just behind me, and the reason we've done that is to highlight the ridiculousness of tax havens and the tax dodging that they facilitate. We know that tax havens mean that people in the UK are suffering because the UK is losing so much money to them, but even worse, poor countries across the world are losing huge amounts of money to tax havens. To give an example, if poor countries could keep just a quarter of the money they lose to tax havens, they could eliminate hunger by 2025. Of course, it's important that companies create jobs in poor countries, but that's not at the expense of paying their fair share of taxes. To give an example of some of the things that companies are doing that are negative, just one British food company's activities in Zambia, ActionAid, found that their tax haven transactions were costing that country enough money to send 48,000 children to school. That kind of money could make a huge difference. So this is actually not an anti-business agenda. If you look at small and medium-sized businesses in poor countries, just as in the UK, they haven't got the choice to use somewhere like the Isle of Shady and to send their money there. It's about creating a level playing field. ActionAid met a market stall holder, for example, in Zambia, and we found that she was paying more tax than a giant multinational company operating next door to her. That's completely unfair and unjust. So what we need is a level playing field, and we need action to make sure that business really does pay its fair share and can't send its money to the Isle of Shady. Well, it's just 3 days before the G8 begins, and we're seriously worried that a deal on tax dodging and cracking down on tax havens that could help poor countries is hanging in the balance. There is a lot that can be achieved. That means pulling the UK's own 10 tax havens into line and making them behave properly. It means a new deal on sharing tax information that has poor countries at its heart and not shut out in the cold, as does look likely. And it means a new deal to make sure that you can no longer hide your money from the tax authorities in a shell company. So there's a lot that can be achieved. All of these things would be a big step forward on what is a long road towards ultimately ending tax dodging and ending tax havens. There's a big prize available to the G8 in the next 5 days, but we don't know at the moment whether they're going to take that.